Hi, it's Taylor T. Carlson. I'm here with another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Sailor Moon, Sailor Stars Season 5 Part 1 set. This is the 5th and final season of the original Sailor Moon anime series, which until this year was never previously dubbed or released in America officially. Now, for the past several years, Viz has been releasing Sailor Moon Blu-ray DVD sets, as well as the movies, and also the reboot series Sailor Moon Crystal. And these box sets they've been putting out of the older series have been of questionable quality, and I'm sure you're curious about how they look, how they sound. Is the series good? If you haven't seen the Stars arc, how is it? Well, that's what we're here to take a look at. If you're watching this video, I'm going to assume you have some degree of familiarity with the Sailor Moon anime franchise. I'm not going to do a huge recap here, maybe just give a basic plot synopsis. So essentially, the beginning of Sailor Stars picks up where the previous season, Sailor Moon Supers, had left off, and if you recall correctly, at the end of that series, the main villain, Queen Nehelenia, had been sealed away, and this season begins with her being set free by a mysterious force, and there's an arc of a few episodes that wraps up that storyline, and then things get into the new story, the core story of the Stars season, which deals with a new villain named Galaxia, who's looking for a true star seed, which is being carried by someone presumably on Earth, so she sends her own minions who are also Sailor Guardians to try to find this star seed, and meanwhile, to help our Sailor Guardians, the mysterious Sailor Starlights show up, and essentially we don't know who they are to begin with, but then some new people move to town who are a trio of pop musicians, and is there a connection there? Well, it's pretty obvious that there is. I won't go into much more, and again, this is only the first half of the Stars arc, which I myself had not even watched until this set comes out, so a more detailed synopsis of the rest of the series is going to have to wait until Part 2 comes out. Overall, this is a nice continuation of the Sailor Moon series, even if it does fall into the whole Monster of the Day trap that a lot of the earlier seasons had. There is a lot of development. You actually get to see the girls go to high school for the first time, and it's the first, and I guess the final season, obviously, to change theme songs, so the familiar theme from the first 4 seasons is no longer there, and there's still some great humor, great action sequences. It's still a lot of fun, and it's not hard to see why this is an anime series that definitely transcends its intended audience. Of course, if you're watching this video, you're probably more curious about how the box set itself fares and picture quality and so forth. I have included a few pictures of the elements of the box set. Like the previous seasons, they've issued Season 1 in a bigger box so you can insert your Season 2 set when you finally get that, and finish off the series, have everything in one box. And unfortunately, this does continue Viz's picture quality fiascos from the previous sets. Unfortunately, they went with really questionable remastering techniques. When you start to get distant shots and a lot of lines, everything just starts bleeding together, looking very undetailed, very ugly, very murky. You can tell they just went for artificial sharpening and noise reduction, which are some of the most questionable remastering techniques out there. I mean, look at those old orange brick Dragon Ball sets. They just plastered those with noise reduction, and they looked horrible. On the good side, the show is in its original aspect ratio. They haven't done any cropping to try to make it look widescreen, but unfortunately, the picture quality is reason enough not to recommend the set. I would say that the more recent season sets have looked slightly better than the older ones, but I think that's just because of the nature of the source material and how the animation improved over time when they were originally creating the series. As far as content in the box goes, you do get a booklet like the earlier season Part 1 sets, so you've got a lot of character profiles, a recap of the series story so far, got looks at artwork from the series, episode guide, and The content in here actually goes into the episodes that'll be in the next set, which will finish off Sailor Stars, so it's not limited to just the episodes that you have here. Overall, do I recommend this set? Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say no, simply because, again, the picture quality is just so bad. I mean, you've seen the earlier seasons on Blu-ray, so you have an idea of what to expect, and it's disappointing because the releases of the movies actually looked quite good, and Viz actually remastered and reissued Ranma 1/2 a few years ago, which is actually an older series with a much more faithful, much more beautiful looking remaster, and unfortunately, I'm beginning to wonder whether or not Sailor Moon will ever get a release in America that has decent picture quality. The new dub of the series that's been going on since Viz took over, it's an excellent dub. It's actually one of the few English dubs of an anime I actually quite like. A lot of these companies have gotten better over time, and Viz is certainly no exception. But I am going to have to say, if you're interested in this set, just wait for it to go on sale, because at full price, which is unfortunately pretty high, I'm just going to have to say, wait for the sale. This is Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you on my next video. Be sure and subscribe and hit that like button. See you next time.